Now, as you all know, Bluelock, the second season, has just ended, and it's got a lot of people thinking. Now, for those of you who know, the manga is going crazy right now. No spoilers, but if you haven't read, I think you need to. Anyway, most people think that Bluelock is just another sports anime, but it's far better than people think, and that's because of his unique take on soccer, character development, and just the psychological depth, and that's why it kind of just stands out. It has a very unique approach to like a sports anime. Like most sports anime like Haiku or Kuroko no Basket emphasize teamwork and camaraderie. However, Bluelock takes a completely different approach, focusing on egoism and individual skill. Instead of building up the team and keeping their mentality and morale up, the program basically forces these strikers to become more selfish and become the world's best. This makes these matches a little bit more intense, and it turns into more so a battle royale than an actual sport, which I think is pretty cool. Now, as far as the high stakes part, it's really the high stakes psychological battles that really gets people, interested in watching. Unlike a traditional sports anime, Bluelock is more about mind games and psychological warfare. For example, in the second selection, Isagi constantly adapts and evolves, reading his opponent's weakness and kind of just strategizing in real time how to best counteract them, especially in his match against Rin Itoshi. And Rin, initially is very dominant in that space, but Isagi learns how to adapt and adjust, and I think that's really cool, proving that intelligence is just as important as having raw skill. Now, as far as the character growth, it's kind of like unpredictable. So many sports anime follow a predictable character arcs, but Bluelock basically makes those expectations a little bit different. Like for Isagi, again, for example, starts off as a very plain, a mediocre type player, but as time goes on, he becomes more of a strategic genius. And another example is Baro, when he initially starts off as like a selfish player, but he used, get this right, he used his ego to integrate with teamwork, and that's kind of crazy. Like, it kind of just contradicts what you're supposed to do. Like, how do you use your own ego to, create teamwork? And honestly, it's a very effective play style, and if you know, you know. And then Nagi, who starts off basically lazy because of, he's just naturally talented, but eventually learns how to get more creative and more unpredictable, showing that, you can't just go off of raw talent. You need some type of ambition or drive. And then the rivalries, bro. The rivalries basically feel like battles. Like, matches in Bluelock feel more like duels than the actual soccer game. When, Isagi faces off against Rin, or when he faces off against Kaiser in the Neo Egoist League. Like, the intensity is just insane. Now, each match, the players are kind of forced to break their limits and go above and beyond. And honestly, I rarely see that in other sports anime. So it also has a realistic depiction of personal growth. Unlike other sports anime where the passion and teamwork basically leads the teams to success, Bluelock is very much, realistic. Players are constantly cut from the program. Even main characters, if they don't live up to the expectations or don't evolve or adapt, they're also cut. And this kind of is the same thing as real life soccer. Only the most skilled mentally and physically will move on to the top. But anyway, that is the end of the video. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments below, and I will catch you guys next time.